Welcome to the Unfiltered Duo podcast. I'm Cheryl.
And I'm Carrie.
And this is how the unfiltered chaos makes sense.
Hi, Cheryl.
Hi, Carrie.
How are you?
Good.
Good. It's good to see you.
Yes.
How's your week going?
It's going.
Yeah.
It's going. Got a trip planned. So for those listening, this will be released while I'm out of town. So
yeah. Yeah. We definitely recording ahead of time to try not to miss too much when travel.
Yeah.
Our way.
We got to figure out how to do it. One day we'll figure out like how to do it at separate places.
Yeah.
Eventually.
Right. Sometimes it's easier just to do this and get it over with, and we'll figure it out.
Yeah.
So this week's episode is going to be a follow-up to one of our previous episodes.
Yes.
The previous episode we did was Your Kid Isn't Cute. And we talked about some behaviors about kids that drive us crazy.
Yep.
And this week it's Your Parents Aren't Cute. And it's not necessarily like our parents, but just like parenting in general from our generation that has affected how we've grown up, how we've changed, and how we hope the next generation changes to be even better than we are.
Yeah.
Because we can only do so much.
Because I think like even our parents grew up differently, and it changed, from the time that our grandparents were parenting to whenever our parents were parenting, and now us taking all the things that have been reviewed and analyzed, and then now we're on parenting journeys, and how even we as parents have changed things that maybe we saw or dealt with. Because even as a kid, like friends, their parents, like some of my friends' parents would even parent very differently. And so, no one is being singled out, should I say.
No. I mean, I guess if you did this, you could reflect upon yourself.
Yeah.
And see if maybe there was a better way or a different way, and move forward from that.
Yeah.
Because I think it was Gen X kids. They started like a TV campaign that was like, "Do you know where your kids are?"
I know. And it's like the street lights are on.
Yeah. No, I was definitely the generation where it's like once the street light came on, you came in the house.
Yeah.
So that was like
that's your cue to go home.
Yeah, but other than that, like I was sitting on the railroad tracks, like,
how
do I even get here?
And now I'm like, I would never want my kid doing that.
I know. Now we air tag them. They wear watches. Like we know exactly where they are because we knew all the stuff we got into. I mean,
even with technology changing, I think that parenting is so much different now.
It really is.
Yeah.
So something I think has evolved for our parenting journey is I don't think before parents really apologized if they did something. It wasn't like a cultural parenting thing to apologize.
No. The only thing that I think that I ever heard growing up that would be like an apology, I guess, is like, this hurts me more than it hurts you. And I always was like, I don't see how nobody has a belt on your butt. Like, how is this hurting you? But as a parent, like, I can understand because, like, you don't want to get onto your kids or, spank them or, nowadays, like, God forbid if you spank your kid anyway. So it's,
it's definitely come in a lot like a 180 from what it used to be with being able to spank and corporal punishment for your children.
Yeah.
But I do think like even in the small things, like if they yelled, there was never any apologizing for being yelled at. Like, just anything.
I've seen parents still now that do that. And I think it's learned behavior that they learned as a child that like, I can't say my parents didn't yell at me, or I don't yell at my kids sometimes, but I think there's a difference in the amount of yelling. And if you went through that as a child, you tried not to do that. Like, one of my big things was I was always told because I said so,
Mm-hmm.
and I hated that because I wanted an explanation of why you came to this decision. So I swore I would never do that with my kids, and I don't. Like, I will explain it. Now, if I've explained it 2, 3 times different ways and they still aren't getting it, at that point, I'm like, look, I've already told you a couple of different ways. I'm sorry if you don't understand it at this point, but this is the rule and this is how it's going to go.
Right. And a lot of like that type of parenting that I've tried to do, it's like if you want me to be a cool, chill parent, you have to be the cool, chill kid.
Yes.
Like if you want me to tell you all of these things and explain stuff and be that way, it comes full circle. Like you have to turn
Right.
around and you have to talk to me too.
Yeah.
Like what you're getting into, what you're doing, who you're with, all of those things,
Yep.
just communicate with me.
Or even if it's like, if it's something that I've done that bothers my kids, I want to know
Mm-hmm.
because it's not about trying to be their friend. It's about you both growing as parent and child,
Mm-hmm.
of learning and respecting each other. And if we don't get feedback either from our kids or our friends or family around us, maybe they see us doing something and they speak up, how are you ever going to know?
Right. And if you never apologize for anything that you've done wrong or overstepped or misstepped, or I mean, heaven forbid you're like yelling at them every day or whatever. You know,
Right.
if your behavior is like that and you never apologize or you never take the steps to correct it, like your child is going to grow up with so much resentment towards you.
Yeah.
And there are ways.
There's a lot of kids, I say kids, it's actually our generation, adults that just don't talk to their parents because of the lack of respect that isn't there.
Yeah. And I mean, that's hopefully something that we're seeing as like parenting ourselves, like of our
Yeah.
generation as we're parenting. Hopefully, we see the value in emotionally taking care of our kids to the point where it's like if they're emotionally secure and stable and we're apologizing for anything we do, they'll apologize for what they're doing. You know, they're
Right.
going to learn those behaviors.
You're teaching them, but also handling your parenting at the same time.
Yeah. And I mean, hopefully, let's cross our fingers that that's what works. You know, like I understand it's kind of like the crapshoot of life, and
Right?
it's not
There's no
the
manual.
parachute. Um, so yeah, it's not just using that because I said so type attitude anymore. Like
Right.
I don't do that either.
Yeah.
So
Were
it's
you
just
told
like
that though as a child?
every once in a while, yeah.
Yeah.
But like I was I wasn't a kid that needed to be told that.
Oh.
Like I
Well, see, mine would
mm,
be for like crazy stuff. Like, I would ask to go somewhere and it's like no, and I'm like, why? Because I said so. Like, can I get a reason why?
mm,
Like, is it due to something I did? Is it due to like we have something going on? If I'm just gonna be sitting here though, like, what is the reasoning?
yeah, I never asked to go
Oh
anywhere. I just wasn't even that kid.
no, I wanted to go somewhere, play, hang out.
No, I was the one building bridges in the creek in the backyard. That's where I was.
Yeah, but you still had to ask.
No,
Oh,
I got kicked out.
oh,
I got like kicked out of the house to go play. So yeah, I was in the creek.
yeah, I
Yeah,
could see that. Like sometimes parents would just be like, "Go play outside.
yeah. So oh, okay.
It's daylight. What are you doing in here?"
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, I was that kid. But the only times I got yelled at, like I was a climber. And
Oh.
so there was a willow tree in the backyard, and I would be up in the willow tree because it was fun. I liked it. I was having fun. But then I'd hear my name. But I was also the kid, like, I'd climb the light poles in the neighborhood and I would just sit on top of the light poles.
What
Yeah.
the fuck?
So I was that kid. I was just like, just gonna go do my own thing.
No. Like if I was in the neighborhood, my parents they just wanted to know where I was at. Like, hey, well, where are you going? I'd be like, oh, I'm going down to so and so's house, but not necessarily like we'd stay like right there. We might be at the neighbor's house, or we'd be somewhere on the street, wherever my bike was. Basically, is
Right.
where you knew that I was at that house. But if I wanted to go somewhere like to a friend's that didn't live in the neighborhood, that's whenever I'd have to ask. And yeah,
Yeah, and I think this day and age, I want to know where you're going. I want to know
yep,
who's going to be there.
yep.
You are probably tagged, so I can follow you around.
And I think that's just because we know how much that we got into, or in certain circumstances, places you shouldn't be, or people that you shouldn't be hanging out with, or
Um, and I think we now know a lot of the dangers of
right.
what might be out there as well. There's a
Yeah,
lot of sketchy individuals that have made having children kind of a scary thing when you let them out into the world.
yeah. And I
So,
think that's gotten worse since we were kids. Like you would hear about kids being abducted, but it wasn't, and maybe I'm just oblivious to it, but I feel like it didn't happen as much back then.
no,
Like you weren't just coming across this stuff on the news all the time.
no. I mean, could be wrong, but I don't remember it.
I think it's just gotten worse, which you would think at this day and age, like it would decrease though, because of how much technology is out there. Um, there's always a way to find out,
I know. They're
like
always,
where a kid is, or you know, I was always like, I need to meet mom. I need to talk to a parent. Who's going to be there? Well, who are those kids? And
yep.
even still now, I'll be like, who are you going to hang out with?
hmm Another thing I think parenting that we're trying to change is how dismissive parents used to be of their children's feelings about things.
Yeah.
And it was like the child would say something and they would get responses like, you're too sensitive, or when I was your age, we would just power through this and just do it,
All right.
and it
Do
was
you know
just
what I was
like,
doing at your age?
right. So, like, whenever my kids come to me with something that's like, this is upsetting, or mom, when this did this, or like they bring something up, I don't just be like, just go figure it out, just
Oh,
go.
well.
Yeah, tough luck, kid.
Yeah, because back then it was like the parents were the dictators and the kids were just there to listen and do what they're told. I can remember having friends like their one particular family, the parent would boss her kids. She had three kids. She would boss them around all day, like making them clean, making them like do things. Oh, well, start cooking dinner, start doing this. Oh, I'm thirsty. Go get me a drink. Like basically being her maids is the way that I looked at it
Yeah.
as a kid. I was like, my parents don't make me do all this. Like it's one thing to have chores, but it's another thing that's every day that you're constantly
Yeah.
being yelled at to do responsibilities that kids have the rest of their lives to have those responsibilities. So I always try to set boundaries of yes, you need chores, but I'm not going to dump all of the house duties on you.
Mm-hmm.
And I just get to sit here and do whatever I want to do
Right.
or dictate the TV because, you know, I'm the parent. I can do that. Like, no.
No, I generally have no control over what's on TV.
Yeah, if my kids are
Lately.
in the living room, I'll usually just watch whatever they're watching. There's occasions that we'll be like, hey, we're going to turn on a movie. Or
Mm-hmm.
with TV shows, I'll ask, like, have you been watching this TV show and see if they want to watch it? but there's a lot of times I'll just watch what they're watching.
Yeah, I watch what they're watching, or I don't know if it's just like we have enough TVs that
Yeah, like
nowadays
if I
that
don't
you
like
just go
it, I could
find a
go to
different
another
TV.
room.
Yeah. So that's definitely changed, is that type of mentality.
Yeah.
Um, well, like you said something where it was like the kids are seen and not heard type of mentality.
Mhm.
And I think as as I was growing up, that was changing. It wasn't as strict of a thing, but it was definitely still part of their parenting like repertoire, if you will. Like they
Yeah.
used it enough that I remember feeling like that, but not enough that it was just like I was like the quiet little mouse in the house that no one lived there kind of a thing.
Right.
So like
Yeah,
I'm
like conversations with adults, I don't remember really getting into like sitting around with adults and having conversations. And
no
that's where, unless I'm talking about something that absolutely the kids can't hear, I
right.
don't care. Even whenever they were younger, obviously, they're older now, but whenever they were younger, it didn't really bother me
Yeah.
because, and they could even chime in, it didn't matter to me. I wasn't like, this isn't your conversation.
Yeah.
Like, I've definitely heard that at some point in my life, not directly from like my parents, but like adults being like, this isn't your time to talk,
Right.
kind of thing.
So yeah, like I every once in a while, like it was more when my parents were in like groups of people that it felt like kids needed to be dismissed and go away.
Yeah,
So, and there's a time and a place for that. Like the
yeah,
adults want their time and their friendships and everything like that. So like I understand that
yeah.
like the
Like,
kids don't need to
don't
be
have them
there.
underneath you 24/7, but also like just shoving them out of the room all the time too. It's like, what?
Right. And it kind of like it doesn't give your kids a good opportunity to see how adult relationships work
That's true.
because you're supposed to be more of like the mature, supposed to be, let's
Supposed
just
to be.
put that out there. You're supposed to be like the more mature example of the life you want your kids to live. And
Hmm.
if you're never allowing them into that space, like they're never going to know.
That's true. Yeah.
So it's like, yeah, you have to invite them into the space of where you want them to be.
I think it was always more like adult talk was secretive talk.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, what's so secretive about it?
Right.
But
Kind of.
that was a child's mindset,
Mm-hmm.
and really it could have been that they just didn't want kids around and wanted to hang out with their friends and hold conversations that they're not having to watch like what they talk about or maybe what they say.
Right.
But yeah, no.
Um, yeah. So another thing is the parents not letting you grow up,
Yeah,
like having parents keep you in a like forever you're 12 type of mindset.
right. Or
And
like some parents will think that even after you've became an adult, you're not really an adult to them, which, parents always say, "You'll always be my baby." And like that
yeah.
that is true, but it's also like as parents, we have to learn to evolve our relationships with our kids to become different as they become adults. Once they
Mm-hmm.
become adults, like respecting those boundaries, and they do have lives or they do have their own family, started or whatever, and it's changing that mindset of, okay, this isn't that 12-year-old. Like, this is a grown person with a job, kids, life,
Yeah.
and
Like,
more like your friend than your child at that point.
yeah, like there'll always be like a parent child relationship
Yeah,
where it's like, like you always have those. This was my support system growing up. They can still be my support system for the rest of my life,
right.
but it's going to be different.
Yeah,
is different. It changes. It has to
it
change.
does have to change. And it's hard too. It's because even like Kylie's about to turn 20 and like it is definitely changed and it's more like mentoring versus parenting.
Mm-hmm.
So as they started getting older and get into high school, we started like trying to talk more because first off, yelling is not going to get you anywhere.
No.
I hate yelling. Whenever I do break down, I'm like, "Do you see the crazy person you're making me?" I'm like, "Yelling is not getting anywhere." Um, so I like to talk to them and just like explain maybe a situation or how they could do something differently or guiding them. And definitely as they are an adult, it's pretty much like they have to make their own choices. And sometimes that might not be great ones, but they will live and learn like the rest of us did.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's hard to navigate and like letting go is hard. But like you said, like it does have to happen though,
Yeah, and I look at the high school years, it's just like you really have to just like your parenting has to change during those high school years because the countdown is on for them
right?
moving out.
And if you're not like detaching and letting go on some things and letting them try to make their own decisions,
Mm-hmm.
they're going to become that 18-year-old that hits the world and is like mind blown and trying to do everything because I can do what I want. I'm an adult. Oh,
Well,
now I did get told that a lot. Whenever you become an adult, you can do what you want. And I'm like,
oh,
I can't wait till I'm an adult. And now I'm like, can I just like go back to playing and maybe
right.
not school,
Yeah, no, no
but maybe
school.
like just go on my own adventures and do my own thing all the time.
Um, I always got told like I'll tell you when you're an adult. Like that
Oh,
was the I'll tell you when you're an adult. You're not gonna make these decisions. I'm gonna tell you when you can, like that
yeah.
was the type of mentality. And like I don't think I've ever once said that to my kids. I
No.
will never say that.
Now I do remind them that I know you want to be an adult, but if you're not acting like an adult, then I'm going to have to treat you like the child that you want to be treated like.
That's yeah, and that's understandable
Because
because
it's like you want to be an adult and want to be able to do things freely, but you're not being very responsible with that.
right. It's more of the um I don't know, fuck around and find out type of
Yeah,
attitude. Like, if you want to play adult games, you're going to get adult consequences.
yeah, yeah.
Like, that's kind of where you're at with some of this. It's just like,
That is true.
but yeah, so high school, you have to start changing because you really are their last line of like defense before they go out into the world. So it's like you have to start detaching. Like you said, you
Yeah.
detach. Like, it was funny because I think it was last year, we went to an amusement park,
Hmm.
and it was after one of my kids had already gone on a school trip to an amusement park.
Okay.
And school trips, like you get your group and you have to like stay with a buddy, and but you
Right.
don't stay with the chaperone.
Right.
You just go off. And so after the school trip, like we took our kids and they're like, "Well, we're just gonna go ride this ride." I'm like, "You're gonna what?
I know.
You're gonna go where? Like this? Hold on, you're with me,
I'm
like
I'm not ready for this
I
yet.
know. I was like, even though I just sent you on a bus to go
Right.
here and do this yourself, I
Right. Now I'm
being with
here.
me though.
Now I'm here and I don't feel like this is safe.
Yeah, I was like, wait, this isn't. Mm-mm. But in that like whole thought process, I was just like,
I just let them do this
yeah, just let them
and
go.
they did fine.
Yeah, they came back on the bus and got. I can do it. It
Right?
was like, okay, I'm going to freak out internally, but on the outside, I'm going to be like, yeah, that's cool. Go have fun. And then you die.
And it's like ripping a band-aid off though. It's because it's like once you're able to like whatever parenting moment it is that you do finally like say, okay, even though I'm freaking out and don't want this to happen, but I know that you're getting older, I'm going to let you do this. Once you do it once, it does get easier.
It does. And that's why I think there's such a different thing from like your first kid to your last kid. Because
Yeah.
that first kid, like that's the one that's ripping off all the band-aids,
Right.
and you're like, and I recognize this, so I'm trying not to like freak out so much about all the band-aids that are going to be ripped off in the next
Right.
like 5 years of my life.
Oh.
But yeah, by the time my little one gets there, I'll be like, where have you been for the past week? Like
Right.
that's what it's
Where
really
have you
going to be
been?
like.
Mom, I've been here at the house the whole
Like,
time. Oh.
have you eaten anything?
I haven't cooked dinner. I didn't think you were here.
And so that's, I mean, it is hard not to see your kids as the little kids they've always been. Like,
Yeah.
it's hard. You don't want to let go of it.
Right.
And I don't know why that is necessarily. Like, why do we hold on to things that way? But I don't know.
The only thing that I can choke it up to that makes it difficult is because I think more so for moms than dads, which no offense to dads, but like you're pregnant for 9 months, you know that that baby is with you 24/7. You are keeping that baby safe. Then the baby's born, so you're freaking out because now it's out in the world and not necessarily can you be with the baby all the time. So you go through those band-aids of ripping it off of like whether you go to work or maybe somebody's babysitting for you so that you can go do something. So you're already like ripping off band-aids at that point. And then that never stops. Like the older they get, like you're like, oh. Like I will get in the car with my kids. They've both been driving for a while now, but I will freak out every time.
Mm-hmm.
And my son's like, really? Like you let me drive every day, but you get in here and you think that I haven't been driving good all this time. And I was like, I understand, but like if I'm not in it, it's easier for me to accept.
Right? Like, just.
It's like you're gonna be fine driving. You're gonna do good. Which that's another band-aid rip. You haven't went through that yet.
No,
You're not too
coming.
far from that.
No, it's coming.
But when they pull away for the first time, it's like,
Mm-hmm.
But technology is grand.
Yes. But here's where, like, I kind of had a little bit of that band-aid because we're in a walking district for school. And the first time I let the oldest two walk to school by themselves, they turned the corner and I was like,
Did you slowly walk after
I
them?
didn't.
Ah!
I would, because I had a baby still at home.
Oh,
so
I
I
would
couldn't.
put her in a stroller, put her in a buggy.
Put her in a buggy. No, I let them go and like they turned the corner and I watched them, I watched them disappear and I was like, they were abducted. I'm never gonna see them again.
I know.
Like there they go. I taught them all the safe things to do.
Hopefully they remember.
I taught them the safe houses. They could knock on doors. But I'm never gonna see them again. There they go. So yeah.
And imagine back when we were kids, like our parents didn't know that we were missing till we didn't come home from school. Like if you think about it, like
Yeah.
I will. No, I don't think. I was gonna say in high school, I think they started calling your parents if you didn't show up
I
to
wouldn't
the
know.
first class. I wouldn't, but I don't remember.
I never skipped classes.
Maybe not. I did skip classes, just sometimes though, not very many. But I never skipped the first one
I did other
because
bad things.
to me that was a way to get caught. Which in reality, it would have been better for me to just show up late and I don't know, try to talk my way out of getting in trouble of being late.
So another thing parents do, and I don't know, maybe our parents still do, or like our parenting age still does this, but compare your kids to other kids or being compared to others.
Like so I didn't go through that because I didn't grow up with siblings. I was raised basically an only child, but like I've watched other friends go through that of like maybe a sibling. Like I don't do it to my kids either because they're two individual people. They're gonna do things different. It doesn't matter that they come from the same household. Like their lives and paths are going to take different turns and they're going to do things that I didn't.
We're having some cat issues. Okay. No.
Don't get my AirPod.
Okay.
That was my AirPod.
Yes, but he
There it
almost
is.
walked right in front of the
Oh my
camera
gosh.
too. So
Bad cat.
bad cat. Okay, don't let him get up there. Camera
Camera
person.
crew.
Yeah, camera crew. Don't do that. Um. So yeah, comparing to others, like it wasn't necessarily like, oh, maybe it was, but I think I was the sibling that my parents compared my siblings to. Like I was the kid that they
Oh.
compared him to because like I never had to study. I got straight A's. Like literally, I was just that sponge that, and like I could piece out.
Oh,
I
I was not
never
that kid.
like I never brought a book home.
Oh my God.
I nothing. So and then like
See, Scott was more like that, and I'm totally opposite.
yeah,
And Braden's more like Scott, but Kylie's more like me.
yeah.
Like I need reinforcement learning.
And yeah, I get it. Like not all of us can just like walk past the sign and learn the word plenipotentiary and then move on with their lives.
Girl, I saw that word and been like, I don't even have time for this. I'm not even gonna look it up.
That's too big of a word today. But like I can see where like when one of your kids does really well, or like a neighbor kid does like gets a perfect score on the SAT,
Oh
and
yeah,
then your
yeah.
kids are, or then you're like, why can't you get better scores?
I hate when parents do that though,
Yeah.
because you're just beating up your kids' self-esteem. You're not bringing value to benefit them in any kind of way
No.
by doing that.
No.
And I still to this day, I think that's actually a trait that I think still is very heavy right now, even with our generation
I think so too.
of parents like always comparing other kids to their kids to other kids, like either bragging about how great their kids are
Right.
or comparing, like maybe not talking to other people, but going home and then being like, why aren't you like Susie? Like she has straight A's. Like, what are you doing?
Yeah. No, I get it. And like, so I was pretty involved with the schools before I started working there. And so, at some of the parent meetings, like, we're talking about like incoming kindergarteners and incoming first graders, like, the presentation would be on, the testing, the state testing schedules. So I was at like a parent meeting and they were talking about like their incoming like first grader type of 6 to 7 year old kid. And
Mm-hmm.
they were literally asking about state testing and how that state testing could affect their child's ability to get into college.
I think that's really our area. And maybe I would have to check with other parents in other areas, but here, college prep, they start pushing their kids like at kindergarten. Like they have so many high hopes, which we all have high hopes and dreams for our kids.
We do.
But like that's not the time. Like start pushing that when they start middle school and
Yeah.
be like, okay, so you only have middle school and high school now left. So let's start, making sure that your GPA is staying good. Let's make sure that, like things like that.
Well, and like having worked in the schools, like they, like I've taught fifth grade twice. And like, yes, there are some kids who are very smart,
Yeah.
but those are the kids who are just natural learners,
Yeah.
and then there are kids that struggle to learn. There's the whole wide spectrum of kids who are just can learn like a sponge
Yeah.
and can just pick up vocabulary, can pick up math and can just run with it. And then there are kids that struggle with it. And it's like, we need to stop comparing them. Like you just can't compare these kids.
I think though that it's gotten worse too because now there's so much research out there and information is literally at our fingertips on our phone.
Yeah.
And so I think parents nowadays, because we grew up as like our parents not really having as much broader knowledge of like hitting different milestones, that now those milestones like if a child is an infant and they're not sitting up yet, it's like, oh God, oh
Oh
God.
no, yeah, panic.
Like the kids with the little helmets.
Mm-hmm.
Like I
No,
never saw kids with that. Like you're
no,
telling me kids just started developing flat spots in their heads?
yeah, wait,
Like
what?
I don't understand that. So I think it's like it's that's probably gotten worse though. Just in general, it's pushed because of the knowledge and research that is out there. It pushes parents because they want to be the best parent. They want to do everything right for their kid, and it's all out of genuine like care. But at the same time, it's like, are you pushing your kid too much too soon?
Yeah,
And
that.
definitely comparing them to other kids is not healthy.
Mm-mm. It's not like it. It can cause a lot of. Again, it goes back to like the resentment thing. Like you can start resenting your kid. Your kid can start
Yeah.
resenting you. Like it could literally just cause so many problems when you're comparing your kid to like.
Especially if you do it within siblings. Like I knew a guy that his stepsister, they were close in age, and she was just naturally very book smart. And wasn't, he didn't pick up as quickly or whatever. So they were constantly like, the parents would even like harp on him because he wasn't being like her.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, come on now. Like, you're literally not only making your kid hate you because you're demeaning like them as a person, but you're also causing hate between the siblings
Mm-hmm.
because then it's like, oh, well, you're the favorite because you do everything right. Or I can never do anything right because, Jane has already done it before. And like, what does it matter that I just accomplished this?
Right.
Like, parents dismissing when that child has the same type of accomplishment as another one of their children,
Right.
especially if they're close in age. Like, that's every kid is different,
Mm-hmm.
even if they live in the same household.
Yeah, and I mean, I have friends that have like 8 kids,
Oh gosh.
and like I don't know. Like I asked her because I met her kind of at the beginning of my parenting journey, where like her oldest is like 24, 25 now.
Okay.
So there's like quite an age gap between my oldest and her oldest, kind of a thing.
Right.
But I was just like, how do you sign them up for sports?
Right.
And she goes, oh, I don't.
Yeah.
I'm like, like,
That's another reason why I didn't have more than two kids, because I was like, I don't want to have to be like, well, nobody can do a sport because I can't afford for all of you, or I don't have enough time, or whatever it is. I wanted to be able to split my money fairly, my time fairly,
yeah.
and no.
Oh, I know. So it's just like, I don't know, like, she's not even, oh, I guess this is really judgy of me, but it's just like, you can't even like give your kids those opportunities.
No.
Like, I don't understand like why you would put that much, like, I don't know, your kid could have been a really great baseball player and you just
Right.
never even gave them the opportunity to do it.
Right. Yeah.
And so, what is that kid going to grow up thinking?
Right.
Like, oh, I would have loved to do that, but I wasn't able
There'll be
to.
an overcompensated adult
Hmm.
parent because they're going to be like, I never got to do this, so I'm going to put
Yeah.
you in this and this and this and this.
And that kid's going to be like,
And they're going to be pushing them like, this is going to take you to college.
right. So I just like, I don't know, you can't compare your kids to each other, but you also like don't have too many kids where you can't support a well-rounded life for them. Like
Yeah.
think about the life you want to give your kids and go in that direction.
Right.
So you gotta, I don't
What about hovering? Do you think parents back, our
know.
parents, were hoverers? I think that that's become a bigger thing with our
It
generation of
definitely
parents
has
hovering.
become like the helicopter
Yes.
type parent. Yes. But it's so okay. So just at the pool, like I've spent a lot of time at the pool lately, and I am not a hover parent at the pool. I'm like, you can swim, swim,
Right. I can
go.
see you anywhere here.
Yes.
Go have fun.
Like I'm watching you. Like anytime she goes and does like the big slides or stuff, I'm right there.
Yeah.
I'm
Like you're paying
watching her.
attention,
Yeah.
but you don't have to be right underneath her.
No, but this dad, I could hear him anywhere I went in the pool.
Oh my God.
And like his kid was not the athletic kid that he wanted.
Oh God.
So he was trying to teach his kid to do the front crawl or like the just a regular swim, wherever you just swim.
Yeah.
Did you call it the front crawl? What is it
No.
called?
I was wondering, like breaststroke?
No,
Like,
not that. The breaststroke is
oh
like
yeah, that is
this.
this.
But yeah, just
Like
wherever it
one
was.
arm and then the other arm?
Yeah.
Okay.
So, yeah, he's teaching his kid to do that, but his kid, oh, bless this little heart,
How old do you think this kid was?
early teenager.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
early teenager kid.
Okay.
Like the kid was at least my height.
Uh,
So,
Dad waited till the wrong summer to
yes.
start doing this.
Yes.
Or maybe every summer he's been trying. I don't know.
So he like, and I don't know if you know this, but if you're underwater, you can't hear people yelling at you. I like I don't think this dad understood that because he was just yelling at this
Oh
kid.
my God.
And like dad had some very valid I'm sorry, my camera person's talking to me and I don't know what they're talking about. So send me a text message because that I can do. So like this kid was like slapping the water. Like anytime his
Oh
hand
God.
came down, it was like slap, slap.
Oh
And
God.
and so the dad's very valid point was no, you gotta like
Scoop.
smooth. Yeah, you
Yeah.
gotta like it's a smooth thing, like not a but the kid, bless his little
Oh.
like life, he was trying, like
Oh.
he was there. But I mean, anywhere you went, this dad was you could just hear this dad.
Oh my God. And the kid is probably like, I'm ready to go home.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh,
I'm tired.
freestyle. That's what it's called. It's called
Oh, okay.
freestyle. Not I
I
call it the
thought
front crawl.
freestyle was like just any way that you wanted to swim.
No, freestyle is literally like the
Oh,
arms over that way,
okay.
like that. Yeah, we
Learn
call it.
something
I
new.
don't know why it's called the front crawl or why I learned it the front crawl.
I
Anyway,
don't know.
so he's trying to, and like he's just yelling at the kid, and then he took the kid to go over to the slide, which is where I was again because mine was going on the slide, and he's yelling at the kid the whole way down the slide.
Oh my God.
And then the kid plops in the bottom, and the kid is already not a good swimmer because we discovered that on the other side of the pool. But then the dad was just standing there, like yelling the kid's name to like get out of the pool because like you had to move over so the next person could come down. But the dad literally, I mean, it's
Do
probably.
you think that he had any kind of learning disability, or like I know that you typically pick up on that?
No, this kid was fine.
Oh, okay.
He's just
So
not
dad was
coordinated.
just being overbearing and
Yeah.
oh my God.
I mean, dad even looked at me and said, my girlfriend thinks I'm a helicopter parent.
Oh my God.
And I looked at him square in the face and I went, yeah, I can see why. And then
She's right.
Yeah.
Would you like to come take a seat?
Yeah.
And it's so much easier if you sit here and just watch them.
Yeah. I didn't disagree with her one bit.
Oh my God.
And like
that kid's gonna grow up and never talk to their dad.
I know.
They're gonna be like, you know what? Remember that summer that you wouldn't get off my ass?
Yeah. Which is funny because typically, like, I don't know, in my world, I'm just around the moms a lot more than dads.
Yeah.
Like at playgrounds and play dates and all of those kind of things. So to have like a dad be that much of a helicopter parent,
That's awful.
it was terrible. And like
that's why he has a girlfriend and obviously an ex-wife.
Mm-hmm.
Because the mother of the boy probably was like, this is too much.
I can't
You gotta go
anymore. Yeah. So like I'm kind of glad he said something to me so I could be like,
yeah,
you are definitely.
Since you're calling yourself out, I'm gonna agree with you.
Call you out because my kid is half your kid's age, and she's not the best swimmer, but she can do it.
Yeah,
she plops in there. I watch her swim over. She gets out, and I celebrate her little swimming.
And the thing is when kids are around the age that you're seeing that boy is, Like if you wanted him to be a good swimmer or a strong swimmer, why didn't you start like to me sometimes there's things that you cannot teach your child because internally you're like, why don't you get this? And you get frustrated. So that's why they make like swim teachers.
Mm-hmm.
Like I taught my kids how to swim, but I wanted them to learn certain skills that were like stronger swimming skills
Right.
that I knew that a coach would be able to talk to them and help them understand in the proper way. And they might be more likely to listen to that person because everybody knows kids typically will listen to other adults faster than their own kids.
Yeah,
They will push your buttons as a parent.
they will.
So I was like, they already knew how to swim, but I still signed them up for swim lessons because I was like, you could learn something else.
Mm-hmm.
And they're great swimmers.
Yeah, and you didn't have to stand there and yell at them when they're
Yeah,
underwater.
but I did that like when they were 4,
Yeah,
5,
right,
not whenever they're like 12.
right. So yeah, I was just like, I can't. Is it time for
I
you to
bet that
go?
kid was. That's the parents that we're talking about. Your parent isn't cute. That dad needs to
No, he was
take a
definitely.
step back
Yeah,
and reflect on how this is affecting his relationship with his child.
yeah, because I couldn't tell you if I would not be happy with somebody just yelling at me the whole time.
No,
And it wasn't like yelling, like he wasn't in the face like yelling at the kid. It was just loud
loud, yeah.
correction the whole time.
And it's like, as a preteen teen, they get embarrassed very easily too. And it's
Yeah.
like, lower your voice.
Like that kid's not gonna want to go to the pool with his dad ever again.
No, I
Like,
wouldn't. I'd be like, nah.
yeah, I like, oh, I don't feel like it.
No, yeah, I'd make up excuses.
I like
Oh,
my arm doesn't work
yeah,
today. Yeah.
I'm feeling sick today. My
Yeah.
back hurts.
Yeah, I guess if your kid is making up a lot of excuses not to do things, maybe they're trying to tell you something
Yeah,
too.
maybe you
So
should reflect.
yeah. No. So yeah, I'm glad you brought that up because I forgot about that guy.
That's
He was
awful.
annoying. And I'm glad I got to call him out. His behavior was terrible.
Yeah.
Um, so sometimes parents don't respect boundaries,
No.
and it's hard to have boundaries with your parents.
I think I was raised more on the side of you have no privacy, you there are no boundaries. And so with my kids, I definitely did that differently. Like I don't want to if they have a journal, I don't care. I'm not going to go read it. It's none of my business. Um, but vice versa, we have open communication that if it was something really bad going on, then I feel like they would come to me. Or if I saw any signs that maybe I should look into it, I'm not going to say I might not if I saw some red flags,
Right.
because as a parent, sometimes you do have to violate privacy.
If
But
there's safety issues
if
concerned,
they're
then yeah.
acting normal and everything's going fine, I don't think much about it.
Yeah.
And so I'll say like that was probably a privacy thing for me growing up. I didn't like that.
Yeah. And I think like as adults, you have to set those boundaries where it's like you don't show up unannounced.
Yeah.
You don't ignore the different rules that I have set as a parent for my kids.
Right. Yeah.
Like I'm gonna
You
have
do
different.
see people take advantage or don't want to adhere to their children as parents
Mm-hmm.
with their grandchildren.
Exactly. Like, well, I raised you just fine, so I'm
Yeah,
gonna do it this way,
I did it
and
this
it's like,
way. Well, it doesn't matter. That's not the way that I
yeah,
want to do it.
yeah.
So that's not how we're going to do it.
So
So,
yeah, that's I think it's really hard for, and I mean, we haven't been in that situation yet,
no,
but I hope that we can handle that with grace because we've given our children those like, oh, we have a respectful boundary. Like,
I think there's time and place too that you can. I hope when my kids have kids, like if I see something that maybe I want to talk to them about, I hope that we would have an open communication, but it's also about staying calm,
mm-hmm.
not pushing your agenda on them as a parent. Maybe like just bringing things to the surface for them to look at.
Yeah.
But I would never do it in front of my grandkids.
No.
Because like I feel like that's just overstepping and rude.
Yeah, like that's a
But
conversation between you as
yeah,
adults. Like the kids don't
like
need
I
to be
think
involved.
grandparents could do stuff like that, but it all depends on the type of relationship that you have with your own child.
Mm-hmm.
Because then again, certain things that I think this is funny. Certain things that you may be like, well, I didn't do that with you whenever you were a kid. And it's like, I could totally see me standing there being like, and that's the exact reason why I'm doing this.
Right? Like, yeah, there's stuff I wanted to do, and
there's things that I want to do different. Yes, I do remember your parenting. I think that is definitely, and I'm sure my kids one day are going to have things that they are going to look back on and be like, I'm not doing it like my mom and dad did.
right.
I hope to figure out those things just for knowledge.
Yeah, like,
I can't reparent after I parent the two that are
well, let's hope you don't have
grown.
to reparent
No,
or parent again.
no,
Mm,
no,
mm-mm.
no. This factory is closed.
Yeah,
So I am, yeah.
yeah,
So I can't go back and redo it like with another child, but definitely curious to see as they get into adulthood and have their own children, like what kind of differences will there be? Will I see some of my parenting in my child?
yeah. And it probably depends a lot too on like their partner and
Yeah,
who they choose to raise
right.
children with, and
Like what kind of religion? Maybe they're religious, maybe they have certain boundaries that absolutely cannot be broken.
yeah,
Um, we have no idea what technology and just the world is going to bring by that point. So, again, research is going to be even deeper by that point. So,
mm-hmm.
I'm sure there's tons of things that are going to
Yeah,
change.
yeah. I definitely hope like our generation has broken a lot of the communication boundaries
Yeah,
that previous generations struggled with,
I hope so.
so that
That's like my key thing. It's not even just with a marriage, it's with your kids, it's with your friends, it's with your coworkers. It's a coach for your child, like open communication. As long as all parties can stay calm and communicate properly,
mm-hmm.
it's
Yeah,
the best avenue.
it is the best avenue. Like just being somebody who isn't super reactionary to any issue.
Right.
That's what I've tried to just be, is just like no matter what they come to me with, like don't react.
I know. I have to
Like
remind my face not to react to. I'm like, okay, stay calm, stay calm.
I know, I think I've even told them, like, if you say something along these lines, I'm probably gonna go, whoa, you know, I'm like, this is going to be my reaction, and then we will just continue with the conversation.
I've reacted sometimes, but like talking about apologizing, I'll apologize. And I'm like, I know I overreacted about that. And I should not have done that. You're trying to talk to me about something that you feel is important and it's valid. And I will listen now and I will calm myself
I will
internally
listen.
down.
So, yeah, I think our parenting boundaries are more open communication.
Yes.
Like that's what it kind of comes down to.
Yep.
Yeah,
I like it.
I like it too.
I think
So,
I'm going to get a tattoo that says communication is key and another one that says like um, time and place. Because I
you could,
say both of those way too
yeah, you
much.
could get like a skeleton key, because skeleton keys are like open any door.
Oh,
So, like that could be kind of fun. Like
yeah.
design like a
Hmm.
hmm. Although I did just apply for a job that asked if I had any face tattoos.
Oh God.
So I was like, oh,
Oh.
hmm, is this legal to ask?
Oh, I remember my first tattoo, and like I remember adults telling me, "You're never gonna get a job," and I'm like, "Yeah, I am."
Yeah.
Like, And I think that's something that has evolved. But definitely the face, like
Yeah, it's hard.
sometimes that's a little bit harder.
It is a little harder.
But nowadays, like
Yeah.
you can get it removed if you decide that that's what you want to do, or pick a different career,
Yeah.
or dab some makeup on it.
There is really good makeup.
There is.
Yeah. Just cover
That's
it up,
what
move
like
on.
they have to use in movies and stuff. If somebody has a tattoo, you know,
Mhm.
they gotta cover it up.
Well, that's we were watching Vampire Diaries,
Mm-hmm.
and Damon has a tattoo. Or not Damon. I keep getting them confused. It's Stefan. Stefan has like a tattoo of a rose on his arm, and I was like, huh. I wonder if that's like character
Oh yeah.
or if it's him. So I googled it up, and it's actually his own tattoo that he got.
Okay.
So they just like wrote it into as a character that
As
he
his.
had the tattoo, and I was
That's
like,
cool then.
oh, I like that.
Yeah, I think some of them they will do stuff like that,
Mm-hmm.
depending on who the character is and like what part they're playing and everything.
Yeah, I mean, if you're a vampire, that's pretty badass anyway. So
Yeah.
have tattoos.
True.
Yeah. So
You
off
can drink the
topic, yeah.
blood while it's
Drink it,
bleeding.
right? Yeah. Okay. Well, I think that about wraps it up for episode 12.
Episode 12.
Episode 12.
All right. Cheers.
Cheers. Thanks for tuning in to the Unfiltered Duo podcast. If you enjoyed today's episode, be sure to subscribe, leave a review, and share it with a friend who might enjoy it too. You can follow us on all social media platforms for updates, behind the scenes, and more content. Got questions, feedback, or a topic you'd love for us to cover? Reach out at unfilteredduopodcast@gmail.com. We'd love to hear from you. Until next time, stay curious, stay inspired, and keep listening.